Hi, and I will be going over today how I have opened my Etsy store and how it has been going so far for me. I've opened it since November 2023 and now it's March 2024. So I will go over and give you an honest review at the end of this video on whether Etsy has worked for me, whether I have been successful or not. And I will walk you through on how to set up your Etsy store, and I will also show you about my Printify and my store and the products that I have launched on my Etsy store. So also please like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. As I said, this is an honest review. A lot of YouTubers come on YouTube and discuss how amazing Etsy is and how it works for you and how you make money quickly and all of that. And honestly, you have to stay to the end of this video for me to give you all of the information that I have found with Etsy. So let's get started. So one of the things I have learned from Etsy, you want to use an email that your customers will email you at. So if it's a private personal email, you will not want to use that. You only want to activate an email that is going to be visibly seen by your customers. And then when you are done with that, when you're done registering the new email, it will bring you to welcome to Etsy on here. And you get a first update. Look here for updates on item shops, your favorite. So select that, open your any of these. Is there anything you would like help with? So you can decide on that, or you can skip this question. So I will skip this question. Now start your shop is the next icon that comes up. Now for the fun part. So on here I will select, well, it's already selected, English. I'll still make sure it's selected. Shop country, so you select your country. I'm in the US. And the shop currency, I will make sure it's at the US dollar. Save and continue. And if you look on the very top, it has the shop preferences, which the page we're on. And then there's name your shop, stock your shop, how you'll get paid, share your billing info, your shop security. So we'll click next at shop preferences, which is the first one. So save and continue. So enter your shop name. This has to be between 4 and 20 characters. No special character spaces or accented letters. So I will just go with my username as, for now, just because this is an example. So it says this name is available. So Journey Gale is there. Usually, let's say I put another name, it may not work. Let's say Journey Jean. Oh, that's available too. Let's say Journey Girl. See, then it tells you, looks like Journey Girl is already taken, and it gives you options on the bottom here that you could use. So Journey Girl Finds, Journey Girl Store, Journey Girl Art. So any of these you could choose, but for this purpose, I'll just go with the one that I have, Journey Gale. Save and continue. And usually with Etsy, you have to create a sample listing in order to start your Etsy store. And after you create that listing, you can always come back and delete it. So they just want to make sure that you have a sample listing before you get started to start your selling account. So I'll just add an image on here, just any image, a PNG file. So I'll just, okay, I added that image. I'm not going to make a video. You can make a video to sell your item even more. And on your listing details, you can say sample item. About this listing, who made it? Usually you want to say, instead of a member of my shop, another company, you want to say I did. And what is it? You always want to say a finished product. Okay? Or a supplier or tool to make things. I like, and everybody recommends a finished product. So let's go with the finished product, because you want to have it as a finished product before you can actually sell it on Etsy. When did you make it? You could select here, made to order. So that's a great option on there. And then you want to make sure that all the asterisks on the listing details are answered, the ones with the asterisks only. If it doesn't have an asterisk, you don't have to answer it. So the renewal options, you want to select I'll renew expired listings myself. And the reason why you do that is because at automatic, this listing will renew as it expires for 0.20. So it's 20 cents USD each time recommended. So you want to select manual to avoid it relisting if you don't have the item on hand. So manual is what I would select. And it will give you these two options at the type, physical or digital item. And physical tells you it's a tangible item that you will ship to buyers, for example, like a t-shirt or a wall art or any of that. But a digital, this is a file that buyers will download. So on mine, I will select, for this purpose, I will select digital. And then on the bottom here, you don't have to answer because it's not a requirement. It doesn't have the asterisk on there. So you don't need to have that. It says right here, is this required for your production partners, anyone who is not part of your Etsy shop who helps you physically produce your items? But like you see, it's not a part of the required with the asterisk. So tags is optional, which gives you the shape, color, style, function. These are optional, and material is optional. Inventory and pricing, so I'll price it at $1. Quantity 1. And this is just a sample we're still doing. Personalization is not required. And digital files, you selected made to order. You'll create the files after purchase, then upload to complete the order. So this is a digital file I selected. So no returns or exchanges. Buyer can contact seller about any order issues with an order. So we'll save and continue. It says fill out all the required fields correctly in order to preview or save. So there's something we need to fill out. So let's go back up. Okay. And now do you see where it says here? It says this was not filled out. So start with a brief overview, the item that describes your finest features. So I will add it as digital mockup file. So let's see if it goes to publish listing details. And then category, I'll put mockup because this I did not realize I needed to put. So, okay, so we could see there was an issue because I did not fill that in. So I went back and filled it in. So looks like everything is there now. And then I'll hit save and continue. Now that it's saved and continue, you can see the item, sample item, Journey Gale. That's the name of the store. Great job on your first listing. You're one step closer to your first sale. Consider adding a few more listings. 5 is a good start. But remember, this is a sample. So I'm just showing you how you go ahead and list your first item. And you do the same with your others as you have them if it's a digital file. And on this, it tells you the next step is stock your shop. So it tells you add more listings or do this later. So let's go with do this later. And the next step is how you'll get paid. They're asking you to answer those questions and enter your information for tax purposes. They ask what type of seller are you? And I'll select individual. And if you notice, a lot of people, it says most sellers on Etsy fall into this category. And the business is if you have your LLC or so. So let's select individual, leave it as individual selected. And then you want to tell us about yourself. You want to select your country of residence. And they have all lists of countries here. As long as it's on here, it means you're allowed on Etsy. And your first name, last name, your date of birth, your social security number is required, legally required for tax reporting purposes. Taxpayer's address, number, street name, apartment, zip code, city, state, phone, share some information where you've lived. So you can do that. You have to select and fill out those information. And then after you're done with that, and then it'll take you to the shop security. Let me go ahead and fill that out really quick. Okay, so I went ahead and I added my bank account. And now it's saying your shop security, share your billing information. Let us know how you'd like to pay your Etsy bill. And then here it asks for a credit card, card number, expiration date, name on card, billing address, and all of those details so that Etsy now can, whenever, you receive a purchase, then Etsy, after they send the item, you have to pay them. So that is why it says right here, you won't be charged now. On this little note, we will add 0.20 to your bill for the listing in your shop. So only when you have the listing, which will be due on the first day of the next calendar month. How do fees work? It tells you right here, listing fee 0.20, charge when you create or renew a listing. This is converted to your payment account currency at the market rate when your listing is created or renewed. Transaction fee 6.5% of the order total, excluding tax, charge on each sale you make. So after you make your sale, that's when they will charge you the 6.5%. So payment processing fee, 3% of the total order total, including tax and shipping plus 0.25 cents. Charge on sales made through Etsy payments. Rate and percent vary by country. And then it gives you more information about learn more about fees. So after I enter all of that, then it'll take you to shop security, which I'm not going to do because this is just a demo account. And I just wanted to bring this to you so you could see. And after you add all of the details, then Etsy will show you that you have an account, and it'll, show your item on there that you actually listed. So the next thing you're going to do is connect let's say you're going to connect your Shopify. Let's say you don't have a digital product, because in that case, let's say for the digital product, you'll just need to have, the Etsy account. You wouldn't even need Printify. But for the physical product, you will need to go to Printify. So to get to Printify, you'll go to Printify, Print on Demand on here. And then this is where it says start for free, how it works, and all of that. This is for the physical product, not the digital product. So it gives you a catalog, how it works. It tells you how Printify works. Pricing, blog, services. Where in services, it tells you the express delivery, transfer products, orders in bulk, export programs, and all of that. So all you need to do on here is to sign up for the Printify or to connect, and then you connect your Printify with your Etsy from Printify when you have a physical product, such as a t-shirt and all of that. So do you see how they're adding the logos onto the t-shirt? So let's just see, log in. I already have an account, so Let me just bring that up. So this is the account that I have, but at the beginning of the account, when we go to the dashboard, of Printify, it actually asks to connect your store. So let's go to store settings, and then on here it says learn more about Printify Connect. Okay, this tells you more about the Connect. Okay, so the store setup, you want to add a new store, for example. It says let's connect your store on Printify. So because I already have a store, I have my store right here, connect to Etsy. So I can select connect to Etsy, and then it says an application would like to connect, and then I can grant access or refuse access on here. But because I already have an Etsy, I will go to that really quick. So yeah, this is the account that I have with Printify. So when you see here, it'll say connect to Etsy. And then it says your Printify store is already connected to an Etsy store via different store name, which is true. This is my products that I have on here that I've created on Printify. And in order to use Printify, you can go on create order and you can do manual, bulk, or sample. So let's go with sample. Search for products, name, tag, print provider. So if you look on here, I already have these here that I made. So it just shows that I have created an order, add product to order. So let's create a product, retro. And then it gives you the size. Now it tells you the subtotal and everything on here. Product selected, and it's a sample. Okay, so we click shipping. This is a sample order. We're not gonna order this sample. And it also gives you an option to add a new store. So I could go on there. And then it says connect to Etsy, connect to Shopify. You can connect any of these stores to your Printify. Remember, you'll only pay for an item when after you receive an order. Once you receive an order, then you would have to pay, and you're paid, then you'll have to pay for any of the products that was ordered from you. So that is pretty much how it works. My products, as you saw here, the Etsy. So if you want to connect to Etsy, you just go on here where it says visit store and click on visit store, and it brings up my Etsy. So after I create this product on Printify, it brings it up here. And this is my store name, and these are some of the items that I created, and it still says free shipping. I have everything set at free shipping because I learned that free shipping was one of the important things that customers like to see. So if you go on here, you will see that I have a few items, and this is my picture of me and my daughter. But yeah, this is my store, and pretty much this is how it works. You go to Printify and you make your listing, and after you make the listing, it's then uploaded onto Shopify, which is like that. So it's pretty much straightforward as long as you follow through. So let's say, for example, Mother's Day is coming up, USA. You have all of these items on the Mother's Day, all of these items. So you could select any of these catalogs. Let's just say you want to make a two-tone mug. And then on the bottom here, you want to choose a provider to start designing. So this will be the print shop, one of the print shop that you will use. They have various printing companies, and one of the good ones that I found out about is the Swift POD printing company. So that's the one that I like to use. But it looks like it's not giving me, Printify is not showing me that. See right here, local USA providers, print providers based locally in the country or region of your end customer. So bulk discount eligible. So this print shop is what's eligible for this, looks like, under the catalog. Let's select another item. See the heavy blended hooded sweatshirt. Let's see if we have more printers. So we have more local US providers. And do you see the Swift POD? This one is known to be have more colors provided to you. And that is why a lot of people go for this provider versus the others, because look at the options. You only have 6 options, and under here you have 16 options of colors that you can select. So you'll have to select that one to start designing. And if I want to explore by myself, and right here you could see the item front side. It shows you the item, add image. So I could literally pull an image on here, and it's giving me graphics and all of that. So you could edit, preview, add text. For example, you could add your text on here in whatever color you decide. Select variants, enter text, or whatever on there. So you have graphics and all of that. Happy and dazzling. Let's see. Well, just wanted to go through what you could be doing on Printify. So no, cancel. Oh, yes, close. So you can go on here and design your item, and then go from there. It tells you the size. These are kids' clothing. So but anyway, so I created these items here. If you see my mock-ups on here, sized everything and then uploaded it on mine. So if you see, that design is on So for example, if you want to go to these three little letters, it'll say see in store, show on Etsy. So let's see in store and see these are models that I have used to make my t-shirts and add them on here. These are the various colors. See, ships from Florida, arrive soon, get by March. So if somebody were to go and purchase, let's just say the dark heather, they'll know which one it is. And for example, returns and all of that is on there. This would work well. But that's what my store looks like. If you want to see another one, these are Christmas sweaters that I made. And yeah, I use various colors right here. You could edit the price, and the good thing is Identify gives you where you could edit your profit margin, and all of that in there. So it does work well when it comes to setting a profit and all of that. So my name for my store name is Bella Amories, which I showed you. And when you visit my store, this is my store again. I will leave the link below. But anyway, so I wanted to say that my experience using Etsy was not as profitable. So one of the things I have learned from Etsy is that they have very strict policies. So for example, you cannot use a certain logos or so. For example, like in my era, you can use the Taylor Swift in my era. Anything with her name or your store will get suspended. There is a lot of different things that it shows that you cannot use, like certain manufactured items or all of that. So you have to be very cautious and follow their guidelines at all times, or you can have your store get suspended. So be very mindful of that with Etsy. And there are good in Etsy where some people are making money. I have seen that, and maybe because they've been on there for quite a long time, or they have a product that they know, that is very highly, let's say, in demand. For example, those mock-ups. A lot of people going and learning about Etsy need to get mock-ups so that their store will look professional. So that is one of the things I learned about Etsy. You have to have mock-ups in order for your store to get sales. I did have those on my store, but I still was not successful on my Etsy store. But that's just one of the learning things that I've learned in general about Etsy.